Alright fellas, yeah, I did it again. I went to another auction. Now one of the things I got, actually, got this from a buddy of mine who lived near that auction. Went over, stopped by, saw him, it had been a while. And this is a ratcheting brace. So, yeah, that's awesome. It's actually a great neck, made in China. BR10. Alright, this is one of the more costly flats. Of course, everything was 160 bucks. You always write everything down yourself on the back of your ticket there. They wrote it down as miscellaneous flat full of tools. Got a puller here, harmonic balancer, steering wheel. This is a New Britain. It came with a bunch of bolts over here. Those always come in handy. You can do a lot more than just pull a steering wheel harmonic balancer with those. They come in really super handy. This one actually has a really nice face on it too. Come with a 2-jaw 4-inch puller. It's an OTC made in USA. Oldie. She's been hammered. But we'll clean that up, make her usable again. If anything, I probably have another forcing screw laying around. If not, I know a guy I can get a hold of. He likes to force things. A couple bearing splitters here. These are little guys, but they pack a wallop. You might not be able to see it there, but that is Proto. Both of them. Excellent bearing splitters. And I don't have any that small. It's one of the reasons I was looking at them. Swooped them up and grabbed them. I called it a reducer. They called it a power screwdriver. It's actually a power screwdriver reducer. Twist it in really fast here and it comes out really slow there. See how that works there? Save your tips down here. Back in the old days when you didn't have drill drivers, this was the way to go. Yeah, that's the main thing I bought this box for, but it come with a couple other things. Craftsman USA, old Proto, Klein screwdriver. Looks like that one may have been used as some kind of pry bar. Little Craftsman number 2 Phillips head and number 1 Phillips head. That's a Century made in USA. The old acetate handle. That's actually a pretty neat little pocket screwdriver there. A couple of different projects in here, a couple of different testers for the old screwdriver machine. Now this one right here was valve pullers. Of course they call it miscellaneous tools. Lyle, fuel line, air conditioner, disconnects. Brand new thing of Scotch tape. The Super 33, that's good stuff. Good old Stanley 99E. Lucas toolbox, buddy. But that right there is why I got this. These are old valve pullers. Pop the spring on, get the clip out. So you hook it up underneath your valve spring there. Push this down. Hold it best you can. Run your magnet over, collect them keepers, and then let go of this as slow as you can so as not to get busted in the mouth with this end. So that's how they used to do it. There are 2 different sizes on there. Whooped and whooped. You also have this spring guy right here, missing the nut. But you can get one of them anywhere. Nuts are everywhere. That was just a throw her in there, clamp her down, and slowly release this. Do it all with a ratchet or a wrench. That's a New Britain. I'm not sure what this one is. Oh, and the gray RTV. Still good. Now we got a flat here. I called this one a flat, 22 bucks. They said light miscellaneous flat, 22 bucks. It did come with some soap and quite a few little different soapstone pens there. Did come with a couple of hones also. This one, stored up in the pipe. Keep you from chipping all them pieces out and everything, but that one's been pretty used. It's got a wear spot in the middle there. I don't like that. I don't really hone anything out anyway. Here's a little bitty hone. This one's got a piece broke off. Got a couple of as a general. This one is actually Blue point made in USA, so that's old. Nice. This is a Milton number 976, 160 psi. I got a couple of these guys, and you know, I know the magnet on the back works good. This part up here, it doesn't necessarily baffle me. Now this one is a blue point. This one is a Craftsman. But I always thought those were screw starters. But I'm not exactly sure. I know that whenever you put this one down like that and you're holding it here and you push down on it, that shit will bite. So remember that. I don't know exactly if these were screw starters or not. But I don't know. Kind of cool. You can always use a magnet. Picks and stuff. This one was made into a punch. But this here is a pick. Interchangeable tips. This one right here too. X-Acto knife. You know, here's some more of them tips. Old brake tool. Oh, it's a KD. But if you look at this, the guy's seen a little bit of use. There's not a whole lot left in there. I still do drum brakes, but I'm not sure that this guy would do a whole lot of good. Plus, I have better ones anyway. These right here are all pin vices. Some of you guys may not know what pin vices are, but they're essentially hand drills. Pop one end open. There's all your different tiny drill bits. Take your drill bit, pop her over into this side, cram her down in that collet. It's a little twist tight, get her tight, and then you just use the whole pin as a drill. Call them pin vices. I had one of those sitting in my Amazon wish list forever. I'll throw a link to it down in the description, because if you're into any kind of like woodworking or small detailed stuff, these things come in pretty handy. I worked at a tire shop for quite a little while, and I've never seen one of these. Now my buddy, he had seen one of these. This is the old straight shooter tire checker. You just pop her straight on there and she pops out. But I had never seen one of those. Fancy looking. This one's actually spring pressure, so you have to keep it on there to read it. This is actually a Wizard. Neat little tip there. Hell, this one only goes up to 20 psi, so it might be, you know, bike, something like that. Drum brake tool. This is a KD. Made in USA. Almost all this guy's stuff was made in USA. He did have some John Deere stuff, but don't be fooled by that shit that says John Deere on it. Hardly any of it is made in the USA. It's all Taiwan. People go out there and they, oh, John Deere, oh, it's gotta be made in the USA. It's not. It's not made in the USA. He did have a 3/4 inch ratchet that was made in the USA, thrown in with all of his other Taiwan stuff. Now I almost bought that 3/4 set because it was going for about $100. I think it went for $100 actually. It wouldn't have went that if I would have got in on it, but that ratchet would have probably been worth it for $100 just itself. I have this guy right here. Anderton has a little C-clamp picture there, but I'm not exactly sure what this does. That is separated there. There's a notch in there. And it comes with a part number AM16 or JDG 526. I'll go look that up, see what that says. Okay, now getting down to the nitty gritty. Guy held up these and he wanted choice, you know. Handful, how much you want to pay for either handful? I won it, $7. I told him I'd take both of them. That's what you see there. Handful, choice tools. 2, it's $7, $14 total. Pliers, $14. These guys right here, the old Channellock parrot nose nut busting pliers. I have a pair of these. They're not Channellock. I think they're Industrial or something like that, maybe Buffalo. But these things are excellent. We actually use these to take apart some of the things that my mom bought at that auction that if we didn't have tools, she wasn't getting home. So it's a good thing I went there and bought some tools. You know what? I mean, just trying to help everybody out. Old snap-on pliers. Nobody knew that those were snap-on. There's a laser etching there, and it's almost all wore off. But if you look right there at the rivet, it says S. These guys right here, I'm not sure exactly what they are, but These are another one of those ones I'm gonna dip in some crud. They work fine. They need a little lube, but they still swing open. Yeah, it says right there MK, and then at the bottom it says Chicago, USA. I'm pretty damn sure them are some, those are some Kleins right there. And then these, one of my most favorite grabs there at that auction were these pliers. Beauties. These are 10-inch slip joints. These are CT Company, Jamestown, New York, USA. You cannot find solid ass slip joints like these anymore. These make the snap-on ones look like crap. I mean, they make all other slip joints look like crap. These were just such a high quality pliers slip joints back in the day. And I have plenty of CT pliers, and that's how I know. These things are, oh, just awesome. Oh yeah, no, you can't deform that down there. Looks like you took a grinder and tried to make a screwdriver end on it. 21044, the part number on these. You'd be lucky if you find them on eBay, but yeah, great slip joints. Huge, massive. I did pick me up a couple of SK ratchets here. I spent $12.50 on this 1/2-inch bottle. Now if you look at that, you think, oh, that's a weird looking SK. It is a weird looking SK because it's fine tooth. "18 teeth one way." That's a 72 tooth ratchet right there. So yeah, fine tooth. Doesn't skip anywhere. Even if it did, SK still makes these, so you'd be able to throw a kit in it or trade your handle in and get a new one. Paid $32.50 for this one, which is probably just about half price. But it's the Proto head. I love these things. They're my favorite ratchet ever. I went ahead and picked up another one. And, you know, SK, lifetime, best tool company in the world. Paid a little bit more for that one, but it is what it is. It's an excellent ratchet. For $32.50, you're not gonna come across one even half built as good as this thing. Now, see that SO bearing? Yep, it's a snap-on bushing and bearing kit. $27.50, and that's all she is. Bushings and bearings, the little bitty guys. He beat her. He put her through her paces. So, but you know, all this stuff is not consumable, so it is warrantyable. That used to fit on there, but he made a Channellock washer and ground that puppy down. I have a video on these with the Harbor Freight set. All of them say snap-on. These heads don't say snap-on. They have the number marked in them though. $27.50. I go ahead and upgrade my cheap one. Get me a little better quality one. Be done with upgrading that. Probably the greatest score out there, money-wise, at this auction. SO quarter. Says right there, $12.50. Now, popped it open, and it looked like that. That's what everybody saw. Of course, some of these were laying down. They were all over the place. I've kind of put them back together to where it all fits in this case now. But nobody ever picked up the sockets and looked at them. This guy right here, SK, old school, made in USA. Excellent driver handle. Yes, this is Craftsman. It is USA. So it's still, you know, a decent ratchet. I was taking some stuff apart with it, and it needs to be gone through. Got some stuff here that was Thorson. This is actually Action. Guy right here is a snap-on T15. This is actually his breaker bar. It's an Action, and he broke his breaker bar. But the cool thing is, he's still got the head with it. So I don't know if we can fix that up or not, but these little 1/4-inch breaker bars do come in handy when it comes to, you know, tight spaces and stuff like that. But obviously he was putting just a little bit too much mustard on this one, and it catched up to him. Nobody looked at these. They saw stuff like this and like, oh, that's junk. Yeah, it is. It's a 5/16 Taiwan socket that he ground a hole through it for wing nuts. But you know what? That's actually helpful because nobody else looked at these right down here. These right down here from 9/16 to 3/16. They're all snap-on. Snap-on 1/4 inch. And nobody gave a shit to look and see what brand they were, if it was a complete set. And you know, hey, when they hold this up and the guy looking at it says, "Oh, it's Craftsman. Look at all those sockets," and doesn't actually pay attention to what's in the box, yeah, I'll pick this up for $12.50 every time. These are Thorson. These are also USA. These are 8 points, you know, for the little square nuts and bolts. Even came with a 10mm. That's just junk Taiwan. Back when they were actually junk Taiwan. But I always use 10mm. Sweet little score there. All in the original Action box too. So, and I do have another thing here that's Action, but it's my touch mark. So I broke the end right off her and then filed her down and made a touch mark. But as always, like, comment, share, subscribe. Love, hate, hardknocksforge@gmail.com. Don't send me any panties because they never fit.